potentially 500 jobs could go at one of Bakkavor's plants in Spalding. Now, Bakkavor, huge name in the food industry. They make wraps and soups. Today, the union Unite has been talking to some of those staff affected and management. Let's hear from their officer, Mick Orpin, who's been speaking to BBC Radio Lincolnshire's Martin Slack.
There's obviously anger, disappointment that it's come to this. I think we're entering into a 45-day consultation that started today. The company have outlaid their business plan for what they want to do. We've obviously going to spend some time now looking at that and where we can challenge it, with the ultimate goal of trying to reduce those anticipated job losses down to an absolute minimum.
It's the absolute worst time to be told that your job's under threat, though, isn't it? I mean, that must be so difficult for people to hear that message.
It is difficult, and you're rightly correct in the present climate. Trying to get out and find another job, interviews, etc., where people aren't allowing other people on their sites to do this. It's going to be extremely difficult in finding alternative employment. We are looking, as I say, the 45-day consultation that started today is due to end towards the end of July. With the anticipated first redundancy will be at the end of October. So we've got a bit of breathing space, but as we know, in situations like this, the clock ticks very quickly. So we've got to do our utmost to protect our members and secure as many jobs as we can.
I mean, this crisis, this COVID-19 crisis, is obviously ongoing. How do you feel about the way companies are dealing with this crisis?
I think there's a lot of companies will be looking at this as being an opportunity to downsize and restructure, and it's something we as a union are looking out for, and again, we'll challenge where we need to on that. As we said a minute ago, this couldn't come at a worse time, not just in Bakkavor, but any employer that's looking at redundancies, and Unite will do its best to challenge where we need to.
And you've been in a meeting, haven't you, this morning with the management at Bakkavor. What's your kind of initial feeling about the negotiations and talks that you've had with management at this company?
I think this morning's meeting, it went as anticipated. It wasn't an overly long meeting, a couple of hours. As I say, the company laid out their plans. We now need time to digest those plans and look at counter proposals if we have any, and look to where we can try and mitigate these losses. It's never a good time to enter into a redundancy consultation, but considering the COVID-19 situation, there couldn't be a worse time now for trying to negotiate and be consulted through a redundancy process. As I say, the impact it's going to have on everybody in trying to find alternative employment for those that are at risk and those that are made redundant. It's just going to be, I can't sort of emphasise how much of an impact it's going to have on the local community, the local economy and our members' families and livelihoods.
Unite Union there talking to Martin Slack about those potential job losses at Bakkavor. Consultations continuing there.